Hey guys, I'm here today with Hunter Smith, and he's going to be walking me through what a typical NASCAR workout looks like. Hunter, what are some of the things we're going to be doing today?
So typically all of our workouts focus on 5 key components. So we're going to focus on some heat training. Obviously it's hot inside the race cars, so we're going to get a driver used to that. We're going to work on muscular strength and endurance. Make sure you're strong and your muscles are able to withstand the fatigue of a long race. We're going to work on cardiovascular endurance. We're going to work on some cognitive function, and we're also going to touch upon some concussion prevention and neck strength. Concussions are prevalent in most sports nowadays, but in NASCAR, it's something that we really have to start talking about. A lot of drivers suffer from them and don't even know it. So we like to be able to prevent it before it happens, and yeah, that's what we're going to go through.
Sounds good. I put my Corey LaJoy shirt on for some good luck. Hopefully the spirit of Corey LaJoy can help me in this quest, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to pop inside our J&H sauna right here. Okay. So we like to get the heat in first. I like to fatigue you almost as much as possible before we really even start the physical
Sounds
stuff.
good.
Because if we can get out there after already being tired and still perform, that's only going to help inside the race car too. So we're going to open this up. I'm going to knock your time down a little bit. So it is at 140 degrees right now.
All right.
So you can pop on in for a little while and have yourself a seat, and we'll close you up and see you in a minute. So next thing we're going to do, we're going to pop on our Zebex Fitness Airdyne bike. All right. And we're going to put Brandon on here for 3 minutes. Typically we would do about 5 to 10. Just a nice little warm up, but we're also going to look at his caloric output. So we want to get at least 15 calories in 3 minutes, okay?
All right.
Sounds kind of easy, but we'll see how you fare by the time we get there, right? So hop on.
All right. Okay, so just an update. The sauna, pretty relaxing. The bike here, I feel like I need to come in for a pit stop. I only burned 20 calories. Still not wearing a fire suit, so I'm a little concerned with that. But
okay, so the next thing we're going to do, you just came off your warm-up, all right, you got some water, you're good to go, you caught your breath, all right. We're going to come over here to the Synaptech board and kind of warm up your brain a little bit, all right. So the Synaptech sensory station is awesome. It's got a ton of different drills that we use for our drivers, just kind of, like I said, get their mind right and get their brain working, okay. So this game that we're going to play first is based on your eye-hand coordination. It focuses all on that, so it's how fast can your eyes go back to your brain and your brain react to your hands and put out an output, all right. We're going to go on old Corey's setting here, so I did modify it a tiny bit for you. But, so all we're going to do is press this green button here, and you can chase some dots. Okay? All I want you to do is tap the dots as they appear when you're ready. All right. Cool. So your score is 55. All right, and basically all that is how many dots you hit in that time frame. Okay. So you did 30 seconds, 55 dots in 30 seconds. Now, typically, what I would look for, and I would look for this in somebody who is brand new to driving a race car, someone who's never come in to see me before, nothing. I would look for a score of 60. So you're not far off.
as I was playing, I was like, I'm probably going to get the highest score ever.
But there's a lot of other things that we can read off that. So if you look over here, this kind of breaks the screen into quadrants. So, like I said, picture the screen broken into four little squares. That would be this right here. So you had 100% accuracy right in this bottom section. You're a little bit further off on any dots that popped up in the top half. Okay, so we can read all that kind of stuff too. And then your average kind of reaction time to each dot popping up was about 1.04 seconds, which is not bad.
Yeah.
That 0.04 though, that's the difference between a score of 60 and a score of 55.
Oh wow.
Over the course of 30 seconds. So in terms of motorsports, that's how quick things happen. Yeah. So that 0.04 is the difference between getting into a wreck and not wrecking. So it's like we try to do everything there. And then this right here, picture the screen broken into a center section and then a wider section. So your peripherals, you were pretty good on the peripheral deal. It was anything that was really close to you. So so if I were to see this, I would say you're probably farsighted.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not nearsighted. So anything that popped up right in front of your face, you couldn't see. Which typically in men, we tend to not see things right in front of our face either. Too,
Makes sense.
So,
It's a life lesson for everyone.
Exactly. So the next section we're going to get into is our muscular strength, muscular endurance. We're going to condense it a tiny bit for you, okay? And just give you some kind of basic stuff, but you still get a decent kind of workout out of it. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to hit these dumbbells right here, and we're going to hit with the dumbbell chest press, okay? This is going to kind of encapsulate all those upper body muscles that you're going to feel inside the race car. So we're just going to have a seat here, grab your dumbbells, and lay on back. You want a 45-degree angle on these dumbbells here, and we're just going to push straight up towards the ceiling. All right, lower it back down nice and slow, pressing right back through. Nice and easy, just like that. And then we're going to come up, pick up the weights back down. Think we can handle 10 of those?
I think we can do that.
All right,
we'll see.
Let's do it. We're going to encapsulate kind of a full body here now too, okay? So we want to get every muscle to kind of work. So we're going to take this medicine ball here, and we're going to do what I call V-sits. Okay, so you're literally going to turn your body into the letter V. All right, so we're going to lay on our back, hold this medicine ball above our head, legs straight out, and we're going to bring the medicine ball to the shins, okay? And then back down. Now, see how my feet and my hands do not touch back to the ground. We're going to maintain that. Straighten out, right back up to the V. Let's try 10 of them. You know, the core strength is huge. But what a lot of people don't understand is that your core is not just your front. You know, everybody sees the six-pack Instagram abs, and that's not necessarily the case. Your core wraps all the way around. It's your lower back, it's muscles down in there too, and typically a lot of people will have a really strong lower back, but they don't have anything to compensate for that.
Yeah.
So that's where you start to get low back problems, and people start walking around funny, and their posture suffers. So race car drivers are prone to low back problems just because they're sitting in that seat the whole time. So if we can strengthen the front of their core and compensate for that low back, you know, we're going to avoid a lot of problems down the road and also be able to perform better in the car. 2 exercises of the kettlebell. All right, one's going to be kettlebell squat, one's going to be kettlebell deadlifts. All right, so the kettlebell squat, we're going to pick this guy up. I want you to hold it by the horns. All right, now your feet should be about shoulder width apart, and I just want you to take your toes. I don't want you to drastically V them out, but I do want you to have a little bit of an angle pointed out. Okay? You're going to hold this guy up here. Just put majority of your weight towards your heel, okay? And sit your butt back like you're sitting down in a chair, but you got to reach for it. And then you're coming right back up. All right, reach for that chair with your butt. Come right back up. Let's try. Ton of different exercises and corrective exercises that we could do for that over a period of time. But the next thing we're going to do is the kettlebell deadlift. Okay? So a deadlift, you don't want to really bend your knees. Okay, so we're just going to unlock your knees. Okay, so they're just not going to be pressed back. Just going to unlock them. All right. We're going to stand over top of the kettlebell. I like to line the handle up with like where my toes meet my feet. Okay, that ball of your foot area. Okay. Now, have you ever seen those little wooden toys of the bird that like dips himself into the water? Yeah. That's exactly what we're doing here. All right. So we're gonna hinge at our hips. Okay. So we don't want to squat down to the kettlebell. We want to hinge down to the kettlebell. You should feel your hamstrings really start to pull. Okay. They should get really tight. Then you're gonna grab the kettlebell. And you're going to stand back up nice and tall, tight butt at the top, right back down to a tap, right back up. All right? Let's try 5 of them. So we're going to use SBs. All right. Ready? Okay. So finally, let's just say you completed all of those exercises in that circuit. All right,
1,000 of them.
Yeah, 1,000 reps a piece. You've just been rolling. So You finish that. At the end of the set of that circuit, we're going to come over back to the synaptic board and get your brain functioning, okay? We want that brain to constantly be firing because it is in the race car. So this game that we're going to play is called Go, No Go, all right? So traffic light. When it's green, you go. When it's red, you stop, okay? So no go. You're going to have a yellow dot and a red dot, okay? You go on the yellow dots, I want you to tap them.
Okay.
The red dots, don't touch them. If you do touch them, nothing's really going to happen, but your score is going to drop, all right? We want the highest score we can get, all right? So we're going to go right here. Have it set so the targets are going to stay on screen for 0.8 of a second, okay? So they're not going to stay on the screen for a full second. This is kind of where we like to see a driver start off at, just under that second mark, and then we just kind of progress from there down to like 0.6, 0.5, even 0.4. Some guys are getting it. So, are you ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Hold on one second. That's
ready
good
for that
practice. Yeah, that's great practice. 3, 2, 1. Off you go. Find the yellows. Nice. Nice. Okay, so what's really cool? I had that set at 60 dots total. Okay. So there, and I had it on an even split. So you had 30 yellow dots and 30 red dots pop up through that whole sequence. You hit 24 of them, so that's not bad. Now that was at 0.8, which is really good. So overall, your kind of average was like 0.6. So if I were to go change this right now and go to 0.6, you'd probably be right about where it was like just starting to get really challenging for you. And obviously you can see too, there's a couple to where you were much faster when it was out here. You weren't as fast when it was right in front of you, which we established before. So, but yeah, nice job. Awesome work. We'll throw you on this. So remember, you're only looking for triangles. You're going to have some other shapes here too. And this would just kind of be your finisher here. This is what you're finishing your workout with. Just to kind of get every ounce out of your brain. This is a prime example of that one right there, of his peripherals being a lot better than directly what's in front of him. There you go.
It's a freaking diamond over there.
The diamonds, yeah. The diamonds are tough. Take those out, it probably wouldn't be so bad, but I did want to give you a little bit of a challenge. Nice shot. So you had a 2.91. There was a couple that were obviously a little bit harder than others, but so now this at 2.91, I would put that with like my Legends car guys. You know, that's about where they're at. Those races aren't as intense, so to speak. They can afford to have that. Somebody at the cup level, that can't
the big
happen.
one at Daytona. That's what
yes,
that is.
Exactly. So think about it that way. The wreck happens. That's how long it would take you to figure out that the wreck is happening.
So I'm that idiot.
You're the one that's coming in and being like, "Oh, I'm coming." Like so. But yeah, so we would obviously, and just like anything else, the more you do it, the better you get. So that was your first time doing it. For it to be under 3 and even be in any kind of ranking, it's pretty solid.
Okay.
So nice work.
All right, Hunter. So I got a little bit of taste of everything here. You got to see what I have to offer on a scale of start and parking Legends cars to in the 600. Where do I fall on that?
I don't think you need to start and park a Legends car.
Okay.
I think you can get in there and run hard, but you might want to come see us a little more, and maybe we'll take you up to GoPro, up to the Motorplex, and get you on the go-karts a little bit, and craft your driving a little bit. But wasn't the worst I've ever seen, that's for sure. So you held your own. You held your own, for sure.
All right, thank you very much, Hunter.
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate it.